Coming up next, we'll be going over to Cactus High School and learning about their robotics program. We are now going to visit with the principal at Cactus High School, Christy Hammer, and Adam Schroyer, the director of the robotics team here at Cactus High School. So welcome to our program today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, great. Christy, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about Cactus High School, some of the students, the achievements, and the population of your school here.
All right, so Cactus High School is one of the smaller high schools in the Peoria district, but even though we're small, we're mighty. So we only have around 1,250 kids, but what I love about Cactus is we're a family. We believe in the concept of Ohana here, and that's important to us, that no kid is invisible and no kid gets left behind. We have a lot of great accomplishments. If you look at our athletics, our kids are winning state championships and district championships, regional championships. What I love about our clubs is we have over 30 clubs and activities for kids to get involved in, and we're well known, obviously, for our student council and NHS. Our student council puts on amazing assemblies. We're well known for that. 100 community members come in each time just to watch them each time we host them. So it's a phenomenal place to be. The kids are amazing. I mean, just look at this crew.
Right.
What a bunch of good-looking kids over there. And one of the things that we are known for one of our clubs is our robotics club. And it's been around 18 years. Mr. Schroyer was here as a student and was one of the ones who started it as I was a teacher on this campus at this time. So that means we're old, but I'm a little older, obviously. But the nice thing is that although Mr. Schroyer started the program here after he graduated from Cactus High School, he continued to mentor the program and be a part of it for 16 years after that. And then I had the opportunity to hire him on our campus so he could be here full time and work with these kids.
Well, looking forward to talking to you and learning about it a little bit more. Now let's first introduce the Robotics Club of Cactus High School. Excellent. Mr. Schroyer, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of this club? You've been here for a while, you were involved before, so tell us what you've been doing lately.
So we started in 2000, was our first year. I was a freshman in high school when that happened, and our team was like 4 students. And then we grew exponentially throughout the entire years, and now we have roughly 25 to 30 students that are involved in the program. We go to 2 events in-state, out-of-state. In the last few years, we've gone to the World Championship in Houston, Texas, and we've done really, really well there.
Tell us about these championship activities you've had.
So that is a typical regional event will have anywhere from 40 to 50 teams, whereas the World Championship is the best. It's 8 fields at once, and it's 100 teams per, so 800 teams will compete in this massive 5-day STEM event in Houston, Texas.
Bumping match over here by the Red Alliance end zone.
We were 3rd place overall in our division, which was again, we had 100 teams in our division. We were that close to winning a world championship, but we're hoping this year with a new game and a new robot design that we can take it all the way to the top.
Excellent. Thank you very much. What I'd like to do is maybe talk to a couple of your students that have engaged in this and just see what they've gotten out of it. Well, what I want to do is first kind of thank you for being here and ask you, what got you involved in robotics and what are you getting out of this?
So I originally joined robotics just to like hang out with my friends, but I soon learned that it was like a great program where I could learn so much, and it drastically changed what I wanted to do with my life. And now I was kind of lost entering high school, and now I know what I want to do. I want to work with robots. This is kind of what I want my life to be about.
Excellent. Well, what did it do to your desire to improve your math skills and other science skills?
Oh yeah, like robotics, we have very long hours in the build season, and it's kind of taught me how to work hard in general, not just on this, but even in my classes. I'm taking the hardest classes I can because I really want to prove myself in that so I can have a more prosperous life in this field of engineering.
Well, I started robotics in 5th grade. It was little Lego robots, and I was very passionate about it, and so I wanted to get to the next level. I wanted to get more to the fabrication of it, the ins and outs of it, the guts of it, and so I found Cactus High School, and I actually had the opportunity to kind of, as an 8th grader, check out the team and what it's like, and my engineering skills have improved. My people skills have improved. I talk to whatever team I can. My team always just says that, oh, there's Michael, who's over there talking to their team. I like to get that communication aspect of it, and I want others to succeed as well.
Great. That's awesome. Awesome to hear that. And this comes from you getting involved in a program like a robotics program
Yes.
here at Cactus. Excellent. Anybody else? You guys want to say something?
Okay, so for me, it was unlike Michael, where he started as a young 5th grader. And my elementary school never had that, so I was like, oh, high school, there's a robotics team. I gotta do that. So then I decided to join robotics and ended up like doing business, and I really like talking to people and kind of spreading the STEM out everywhere. So like doing the social media is really fun, as well as just, you know, being with all my friends here. And then you get to
Excellent.
like meet people at competitions, so it's really fun as well.
Oh, that's great. Excellent.
For Cubano, and they got it. Fred has the scale.
Maybe start off telling us about the new competition. What it is that you have to do on this new competition that's coming up, how you have to create a robot and what it needs to do.
Yeah, so these are the 2 game pieces that we have for this year's game. And there's a space shuttle on the field that we have to put this up to with the Velcro. So we have to build a robot that can hold on to this as long scoring the ball also. So this is the hatch that holds the balls into the space shuttle. And then you place the balls in there, and then this holds the ball in place so you can score points.
I see. So the team with the highest score wins the match?
Yes.
Excellent. Tell us about this robot behind us. What did it do?
So this robot, its name is Kill Screen. It's actually a second iteration of it. It lifts up these yellow cubes 8 feet in the air. There's 3 scale-like objects, so they tip in favor if you own it or not, and then you earn points per second. So we actually have these wheels right here, a little bit squishy, so they can actually suck up the cube, and it keeps it stationary the entire time, while also providing tension on it so it doesn't fall out. And we also have a cascade lift. You see the big lift that we built. So it actually lifts 10 feet in the air, and it can then score things into the high scale.
Well, now let's talk about what it really takes to build one of these. I mean, this isn't something that you just buy a kit and throw it together. I mean, you have to create it, correct? So what kind of skills do you need in order to be able to actually make a robot like this?
You don't need any skills starting off with. You just need people that can help you. Mentors, whether it be adults or student mentors as well. You don't need to have any prior knowledge to do this program. That's the amazing thing about it is it's a very big community-based system. So, for instance, let's just say that I didn't know anything on the team. The mentors and the students all taught me all the things I know now, and I am broadening off of that. Now I'm teaching the freshmen, and it's just a whole system that goes on, and it's been going on for 20 plus years. This program has been around.
So it's a mentor tutorship program that teaches you, and what are the educational skills you're learning in doing this, putting this, think of it in terms of math and science. What are the skills you're learning?
So you can use calculus, obviously, to determine, for let's just say this game right here, you need to determine the different weight distribution of the robot. So if this is too heavy, how can we fix that? Gear ratios, that's a huge thing in robotics. A lot of people wouldn't know about that, but gear ratios are actually very math involved. So a certain gear ratio would have enough to pull up something or not. If not, it wouldn't work at all.
So would you say that your interest in robotics has created a stronger interest in mathematics
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Most definitely.
and other sciences?
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, great. This has been excellent. You have a couple of other robots over here. Why don't you tell us about what they do?
So this is a robot. Its name is Spätzle, which is a German dish. But the robot is for this game called Robotics, in which the robots have to score these minerals on the floor. Drive up to the cube bin, the cube in the sphere. Yeah, just intake the cube. There we go. Yeah, in the sphere. So they have to score these minerals over in the corner bin, please. You have to score these minerals over to this depot, so we have to collect these minerals and we have to sample them throughout the game, much like a rover would for like scientific experimentation. So we have an arm here that extends outward to reach into this crater. Could you drive over to the crater? To reach into this crater to grab the gold and silver minerals for collection and sampling. And that's how you earn points in the game, is to like use the minerals to score them in the depot for collection, and it's kind of like to simulate something like would actually happen.
Right.
Like actual rovers really have to kind of collect minerals, sample them, do tests on them. So,
So when you got these specifications, that this was at the game, what process do you go through to create this? Does the whole team get together and just throw their ideas together and start coming up with something that might work and then test it? How do you do that?
So the first way we start is it's a lot of analysis. Like we have to analyze the game, the points, like what we can do, what we've done before, what we know how to do, or what we don't know how to do. And we start by thinking about what's the best way to win, what's the best way to score the points. Then we prototype. We build like more primitive versions of everything that's on here with like sometimes out of even like cardboard or wood or just even with our hands, like what if it does this? Or so we just try and like simulate all these different motions that we can see the robot doing, and after we kind of find out which works best, we build an advanced version, like a refined version, and that's how we create the robot.
Final robot.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, this has been awesome. Do you have anything else you want to show us here? Yeah.
I'll show a more unconventional design that we came up with. So one of the ways that you earn points in this game is by detaching from the lunar lander. That's how you like enter the habitat of the planet. So a lot of teams, they kind of drop down like gingerly, so it's like slower and more careful. But we decided to build our robot more robust and go with an unconventional way of dropping off of the lander, which is just more of a drop.
And you built it robust enough that it could handle the drop, right?
Yeah. So we actually felt that that's kind of more in line with the game, where you have to be robust enough to handle this environment, because we also designed the robot to be able to go into that crater. So we'd have to make the robot strong to kind of handle like the bouncing that happens when you go over a steep incline like that.
Well, great. Well, again, I just want to thank you and all the students here for the great work that you're doing. Congratulations on your successes, and you know, I know you're learning a lot about science and math, and that's really important in education. Is that you have fun doing what you're doing, but you really do grasp that science and math and many of the other subjects that you study are critical for your life goals. And so I'm really glad to hear that some of you have been able to grab this science and know that that's where you want to go with your life. So congratulations. Mr. Schroyer, why don't you tell us a little bit about some upcoming events and how the community can engage with the Cactus Robotics team?
Sure. We have a very large, extravagant event on February 16th here at Cactus High School, where we will be bringing all 4 levels of the FIRST Robotics program to the school and having competitions at the time. So it's kind of an overall STEM event. We're going to have food trucks, we're going to have live music, we're going to have all sorts of really cool things. It's 100% free of charge to the community, and it'll be all day from 9 to 5.
All right. So community, you need to get out there. So tell us about how they can engage otherwise.
So you can contact us via social media, FRC Team 498, or our Instagram, Cobra_Robotics. But if anybody in the community wants to support us and become a sponsor of our program, they can
So
do that.
let's talk about how does this program get paid for?
So we do have some community grants. We're sponsored by some large companies like Bechtel, who is a Glendale company.
Right.
And Boeing, we have a Boeing sponsorship. We have a Boeing mentor that assist the program, but a majority of our money comes from tax credits from the community.
Okay.
And anybody that lives in Arizona can do a tax credit for our program, and also small businesses. We have a few financial businesses that help us out financially. But
Excellent. Well, I hope the community steps up and helps you out.
yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Great. This has been awesome.
That is great, man.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Principal Hammer and Mr. Schroyer, for being here and presenting your robotics club, and especially thanks to the club and our special robot guests. Well, that's a wrap for today's program. I hope you've learned something new about the programs at Cactus and Ironwood High School. If you know of anybody that might be interested in having us feature their group on this program, let us know. I'm Councilmember Ray Malnar. I'm your host, and I'll see you next time in your neighborhood.
Press this bumper, just hold it down, and it's gonna go up. You can hold it all the way down. Keep going. Keep going. See?
Whoa!
And then, so it doesn't damage the camera, you're gonna press B.
B.
The red button.
This one right here.
Excellent. Hey, I'm a robot driver.
Hey.
Look at that.